everybody, this is Jen from Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really funky Valentine's Day cake. So I'm using a white chocolate ganache to do all of the cool color drip all around this cake, and then I hunted and found as many Valentine's Day lollipops and suckers as I could. So get ready to get shopping so you can go find all of these cool candies in order to put them on top of this color drip Valentine's Day cake. To decorate our cake, we're going to be using a pre-made 8-inch round cake. You could use any size and any flavor that you prefer. Now, I also am going to be needing 2/3 of a cup of whipping cream or heavy cream, and that's going to be our base of our ganache. We're also going to need 2 teaspoons of butter for the ganache, and we're going to be using white chocolate chips, and we need 12 ounces of those, and that's about a bag and a half of this size that I have here. Now, you can also do this with regular chocolate chips if you prefer. I'm going to show you white today. Now, to decorate it, we're also going to be using a ton of Valentine candy. I've got like X's and O's and heart gummies, and I also have some of these really cute little chocolates. They're so colorful, perfect for Valentine's Day. And then down here, I have more heart gummies, some conversation hearts, and I've also got over here some Cupid corn, my favorite here. And we've also have some heart-shaped jelly beans. And now here I have some little mini suckers or lollipops, and they're just going to give us a different variety of height. And the big lollipops here some of them are really long, some of them are small, but they're all got a little bit more height. And I managed to find these at Dollarama, so good luck finding them for yourself as well. Now I'm going to be showing you how to use this candy color. This is something I haven't used before, so I'm going to be showing you how to work it with the white chocolate ganache, and that will be up next. So I've heated up my cream for about 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes in the microwave. I want it to be really hot. I've got my white chocolate chips here. I'm going to add my butter into the white chocolate chips. And then I'm going to take my hot cream and I'm just going to pour it over top. And the heat of the cream is going to help start to melt all of the chocolate chips there. Now with ganache, if you've ever made it before, you know that when you start to stir it, it seems like nothing's ever going to come together, but just have faith that you just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. The butter will melt and the chocolate chips will all melt too. You can see that they're starting to melt here. So I'm just carefully stirring and just kind of pushing them down too at the same time. You can even let the cream just sit for like a minute or two before you even start stirring. It kind of gives you a little head start on the melting process. So I'm just going to keep stirring until I have a nice and smooth ganache. So my white chocolate ganache is nice and smooth now. You can see there's no more lumps or any of the chocolate chips left, nice and smooth. So now I'm going to divide it into 4 different bowls. I'm just using like a muffin scoop or a cupcake scoop for that. You can do that however you want. I'm going to be making a pink, a purple, a red, and I'm going to be doing a white ganache for our cake. So I've got the 4 separate bowls, and we'll do the dyeing and the coloring next. So I have my candy colors here, and like I said, this is the first time that I've been using these on camera. And it's actually the first time I've used them. They're quite interesting. They're very similar to actual gel paste. And so I'm just putting a toothpick into the pink one, and I'm going to bring it in here and stir it around. Now the reason that these are special for chocolate is because they are an oil-based gel, and most of our other like food coloring ones, they are more, I think they're a water base, and so that causes the chocolate, when you melt it and then mix in the coloring, it causes it to seize, which means that it just becomes like a big rock solid little object again, which is obviously what you don't want when you're working with colored chocolate. And it will happen, you'll find, like with candy melts and stuff too. So I'm just using these ones. Now, honestly, I hate using little pots like this, and I hate using toothpicks. I just find it's frustrating. I like to be able to like open a bottle and squeeze a whole ton of color in. And so if I could find these in actual squeeze bottles, I would definitely buy that over like these little pots. So as you can see, that's not a very bright purple. So what you have to do when you're using a pot like this is go back to your another toothpick, a clean one. You don't want to contaminate what's already in there, and just keep adding until you get a proper color that you like. So I'm going to do that. And I find like when you're trying to make reds and purples and blacks, those are the most difficult colors to make. And you will need like extra coloring for those types of colors. If you're trying to make like black buttercream, if you start out with a chocolate buttercream, it makes black a lot easier. That's your tip of the day. So as you can see, I need even more. Now I'm going to get really impatient at this point and keep dipping. And if this doesn't work, then I'm just going to start dumping the pot. Because, you know, we don't have all day here to mix purple. So oh, there we go. It's coming together now. I might even do some more. But now, to contradict everything that I've just said, in order to make the white coloring, I've got this like Americolor soft gel paste food color. Now, it's not legitimate gel paste. It's actually a liquid. And when testing this out to make white, I found that if I just put a little bit of this white gel into there, see, it's not even gel, it's like, see that liquid coming out? It doesn't seize. I have no idea why, contradicts everything that I just said, but just go with it. It gives you a nice white chocolate ganache instead of that kind of yellowy one. So little secret there today. So that's basically how you use these candy colors and how you make white. I'm going to make red and probably make my purple a little bit more purple. And then I'll be back to show you the cake. So I've placed my ganache into piping bags and I'm ready to put the ganache onto the cake. So I've just taken like a little snip off the end. Now it's going to get messy and it's going to get fun. So I'm going to start in the center. Now you can do it however you want to do it. I'm just kind of starting at the center and then letting it come down the side there. You can do it in a pattern. You can do it whatever way you want to. You could do zigzags. I'm just trying to keep them kind of touching and then coming over. And I want them to come over at different lengths. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit extra sometimes and then a little bit less some other times. So I'm just going to go completely around the cake, doing this fun pattern like this. So you can see it just flowing over the side. Put a little bit more if you want to. And like I said, I'm just working my way from the outside. But again, this is totally up to you. So if you guys make this cake for somebody, one of your loved ones, make sure you take a picture of it so that I can see it, because I'd love to see the designs that you guys come up with. I'm going totally off course now and going all over the place because I want it to kind of fill it up a little bit differently there. So I don't want it to be too symmetrical there. So I'm going to continue going around the cake and I'll be back to show you when it's all finished. So my ganache is crazy covering the cake. So now I'm going to be putting on my tall lollipops. So I'm starting with like the biggest ones first. And I just am going to work on my right of the cake, the camera's left of the cake where you guys are watching from. And I'm just kind of pushing it in there like that. And now I'm going to take my other large one and kind of put it a little bit in front now and pushing it all the way down here because these are the big ones. And I just want to kind of create like a flow here. So I want to go from high up over in this corner, pushing that down all the way down there. So like the highest peak is kind of over in that area. And then I'm going to be moving it, kind of just getting lower as I go, squishing these ones into place because I want it to be really, really full as well. Just kind of playing with my heights and then bringing this one down in front, I think, here. Now, if you end up that you've like put it in the wrong spot and you're devastated because there's a hole in your cake, just take some more of the chocolate ganache and fill in the hole. It's just like magic. So I'm taking these skinny tall ones, I'm gonna have them pop up over here, kind of above everything there. And this one, move it forward a little bit and pop it over that one there. So now we're gonna move on to the smaller candy. So the next thing I'm going to work on is using my smaller little suckers here. And what I want to do is just fill in all of the gaps that kind of are on the ground, like at the base of the cake there. So like you could see the stick kind of thing back here. So I'm trying to fill it in as best as I can using different heights and different sizes of these little suckers. Like this, fill this in. And I'm going to bring some across the front as well to fill this in. Press that one down into there. Oops. We'll go down in there like that. And then we're going to move on to using the tiny candies after I've got this stuff all worked in. With my suckers in place, I'm going to start filling up the kind of the space. Like I want to hide the most of the sucker little stick that I can. So I'm just going to take a variety of the little candies and work again from the biggest candies and then down towards this left-hand side, or my left-hand side, your guys' right-hand side, and work my way down that way and just kind of getting in a decreased height. So I'm gonna, I don't want that one there yet. And again, you can do it however you want to, and you can fill in your gaps with any of the extra. Like if I was to put that down and pull it back out and I didn't want it there, then just use some ganache and refill it in if you really need to. You probably don't, because you could just put a candy on its spot. So I'm just filling all this in, and I really love these ones. So I'm gonna use couple of those extra ones, and you can even kind of pop them, I don't know, you can pop them in behind if you want to, so there's some sticking out the side. Be careful though if you're putting these ones on the side that they don't, make sure your ganache is set so they don't flow off the side, because that will happen. Now coming back the other way, I'm going to use some of the conversation hearts, and I'm putting the conversation hearts as close like outwards as I can because they're the smallest like that. And let's see, you can get lots of different colors in here. So I'm just going to work my way back across the cake, adding all these different candies, and of course I'll be back to show you the finished cake. So there you go everybody, how to make this wonderfully colorful Valentine's Day cake. Nothing says love like cake, so make sure you make this for somebody very special in your life or a whole group of friends, because after all, it's a gigantic cake. So if you want more Valentine's ideas, make sure you check out our playlist. I'll put the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all again next time.